Hi, I'm Carrie Kopnick, and I'm here today with Carlo Voli. He's with 350.org, which is a grassroots organization. He's in the Seattle branch, and he's the facilitator for Keep It in the Ground work group, the Keep It in the Ground work group. And he happens to be a Unitarian Universalist attending the Edmonds Unitarian Universalist congregation. Thanks so much for being with us here today, Carlo. Appreciate it.
Yeah, hi, Carrie. My pleasure.
So tell us a little bit about what the legislative issues are about petroleum transport.
I mean, right now on the legislature, their attempts to focus on the issue of oil spill prevention. The Oil Transportation Safety Act was one of the three environmental priorities last year. And unfortunately, because of the way the legislature was composed, they weren't able to pass it. But that's going to be another top priority this year to have a better oil spill response. And with the governor earlier this year asked for the Department of Ecology to come up with a report on marine and rail oil transportation in Washington State, to also take into account the issue of rail transportation of crude, which has become a huge issue in our state and the Northwest in general in the last couple of years. So to also look at how do we prevent and deal with any potential disaster of an oil train or a coal train happening on land, not just in water. So those are the main issues as far as the legislature.
Okay. And so tell me a little bit about why our people are gathering to talk about choosing three issues that we are going to focus on this year, and you use Voices for Justice. And why should we choose this one?
I mean, there's obviously many levels. I mean, the number one is because we love our region. Most of us who live in this region, we love our region. We love our Salish Sea, the Puget Sound, our rivers, our mountains, our waters, and there's been an incredible onslaught of new transportation of fossil fuels through the Northwest and Washington State, and there's a huge number of proposed projects to use our state to get all these landlocked fossil fuels from North Dakota, from the Bakken Shale Formation, from Alberta in Canada, the tar sands, and from the Powder River Basin with the coal. We are the gateway to the Pacific, right? To Asia. So I would say that's one of the bigger reasons, is to protect our region and keep it beautiful and clean and healthy as much as possible. Then there's obviously the immediate issue that affects a lot of us personally, is just the immediate danger of these oil trains exploding and coming through one of our communities. It could be passing under the mile-long tunnel under downtown Seattle. There's at least 2 oil trains passing per day. If there were to be an explosion, a disaster like the one that happened in Lac Mégantic in Canada last year, that killed 47 people and razed the whole downtown of Lac Mégantic in Quebec, that's like a serious, imminent, direct danger to our communities, not just to our environment, but to our communities.
Okay. Absolutely, that's scary.
And then there's a whole issue of climate change. Obviously, we need to keep 3/4 of all known fossil fuel reserves in the ground to avoid our global temperatures going beyond or above the 2 degrees Celsius. And we need to just simply stop developing and facilitating these more extreme types of energy, like the Bakken oil and the tar sands. So, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time. Any last thing you'd like to tell our folks?
Yes, I mean, there's we got to work on the legislature to improve oil spill response and also to immediately banned the use of these DOT 111 rail cars, tank cars, bringing crude into our state. There's talk of a 3-year phase out for these tank cars, but we've known for decades that they're not adequate for this type of transportation. So we need to keep on pressuring the governor and the legislature to ban these tank cars, and also get involved in pressuring the governor to not permit all these new proposed terminals, the Tesoro one in Vancouver, Washington, the Longview coal export terminal, the 3 proposed oil terminals in Grace Harbor, and even the Shell refinery still doesn't have the permit for its rail spur to start accepting oil trains. All the other 4 refineries already have the permits. So there's another opportunity there to try and stop this from even happening. So there's a lot of work to do, and it's a really important issue, and I'm really hoping it'll be chosen as one of the 3 priorities.
All right. Well, thank you so much. That was a lot of great information. I really appreciate your time, and I wish you the best of luck, and we'll see what happens. Thank you.
All right. Thanks a lot, Kate.